Hey guys, this is Nick from Arcade Hunters, and I wanted to do this kind of like as an after review video because you've just watched the DisneyQuest videos that I put together. Hopefully they came out alright. Now, as I said when I was walking on the fourth floor, when I go to most arcades, especially in Disney World, I try to get there very early so I can get as enough footage as I can before it starts to get crowded, because DisneyQuest actually did start to get crowded that day because it was very hot and humid out, and I think a lot of people just wanted to beat the heat and get inside to where it was cool, where they had free air conditioning. And the thing that I wanted to say was, while I do get excited about a lot of the games, I think because the fact that they're all on free play just means that they can't keep them in good shape because everybody's constantly playing them. There's not like something stopping you. You can just run up to any game and hit the credit thing and hit the start button, and off you go. I mean, all the well, they do have a lot of great classic games. I was trying to play Tron, and the one Tron upstairs, on the most top floor. Once I got to the light cycle battle, the joystick started going absolutely haywire on me, and I could not play it. The Disc of Tron worked all right. The dial stuck a bit on it, and I didn't get to a high enough stage to see if I could raise or lower it when you get into the other stages. The sound chip or whatever does the sound on it for the custom speech was broken, but I'm not going to fault them on that because that game's over 20 years old now, and a lot of these games are older, so they do take some maintenance in it. But I mean, some of those games like the Justice League Heroes game, and Twisted Stunt Racing, I'm going to say it right now, it's going to be a complete bash. But Global VR, you guys got to step up your game. I mean, you can go and play Daytona USA from Sega, which is over 20 years old, and then I can go play NASCAR, the game that you just made, and I know they had the 10-player Daytona or NASCAR team racing. I'd rather play the old Daytona. I mean, it just plays 10 times more fun. It looks better, it's more fun, and doesn't have the crappy music in it. I'd rather listen to Blue Skies and stuff like that in Daytona. But Twisted Stunt Racing I just found very boring. I just held the button down on the turbo and just went to the head of the pack and just kept playing. I also said about Sega Race TV. That was the very first time I've ever seen that game, and I could see why it didn't take off that well. Kind of floaty, the way the car controlled, and also, Sega's always been that kind of weird corniness, but this was a little bit much for me. The other one that I wanted to talk about was Grid, and I've never played Grid on the original home version, so I didn't know it was a realistic type racer, kind of like Project Gotham, like Forza or Gran Turismo. So when I saw all the cars just going in one straight line, I went, uh-oh, so I'm not going to be doing drifts and stuff like that. And one of the things that I really wanted to touch about with DisneyQuest is when I went there the first year they opened. I said this in the intro video, and when I went there, they were taking investors around saying, oh, this is Cyberspace Mountain, and this is Sid's Create a Toy, and when they're done, they can buy the toy for like $20, and showing them all around because they really wanted to franchise this. They wanted to really compete with GameWorks and Dave & Buster's, and unfortunately they opened up one in Chicago, and I'm pretty sure the price of admission killed it. And all they've done is constantly raise the prices, and I mean, there's really nothing to go in there for that you can't find in a regular arcade, except for stuff like the only place I saw Tetris Giant, the 4-player ice hockey table where 4 people could go around the corner and play air hockey, and Pac-Man Battle Royale. Those were and the 2DDR machines. Other than that, every other place had it. And they just charge, I think, like $55 to get in for a day pass. And, the pinball machines, I was saying to Robin and D'Amato from the Contemporary Hotel, what do you fix? Do you fix one of the ticket games? And this is also what Gary has told me from FunSpot. Do you fix the ticket games that are going to make a ton of tokens every time the kids are putting money in, or do you fix like maybe the one or two classic games that are really good that have, you know, a popular fan base but not many people play it? So all the pinball games there really needed some TLC. And when I was talking to Robin, he said to me that when he used to work at DisneyQuest, he took one of the machines in the back and completely shopped it out, spent about like an hour and a half trying to fix it. He said he put it back on the floor, said 2 days later, it was already shot. So I can see why they're going through it, because, you know, they had a Tron Legacy machine, because you see, like, I kind of cut the video off really quick, and I just said, Tron's open, I'm playing it. The right flipper didn't have enough juice to make it up the main ramp in the game. It was very sad. It would come screaming down. I ended up getting the ball drain in the middle. And one of the other things, another full-out blast, is the video pinball, or the global VR pinball. I'm not sure who makes it, but whoever does should be taken out in the back and hit with a shovel, because that game, oh my god, it's terrible. I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe this will be kind of like the Williams Pinball Hall of Fame on the 360. You know, it's got a great selection of Williams games, and I put it in. There's a delay on the flipper. It just does not look right. And, you know, oh, you can shake it and stuff like that. It is terrible. If you see one of those Ultra pins, avoid it at all costs. They suck out loud. I'm trying to look at the time. The Justice League Heroes United, that game sucks out loud. I'm one of the worst beat-em-ups I've ever played. I'd rather play Spike Out Battle Street on the original Xbox than play that. You know, I went right for Batman, since, you know, I said Arkham Asylum in the intro video. Really, I really meant was Arkham City. But okay, I'm gonna play a beat 'em up with Batman. It's got the original Justice League characters. You can fight the Joker and you can fight Harley in it. And I mean, oh my god, it was terrible. It played so bad, and the joysticks on it were like these really broken, kind of like cheap hapsticks and stuff like that. Most of the racing games worked really good. I played a lot of H2O Overdrive, Tank. I can't say enough, as I said, I can't say enough good stuff about Tank. I love that game. No, I really wish more arcades offered it. A lot of fun. You know, they do have some good games, but, you know, trying to review it and trying to give you guys my honest opinions, you know, I don't like to fully bash places because, you know, as I said, I want to try to show and validate that there are arcades out there and support them. The problem is, if I'm going to be paying over $50 to get into a place, and the other thing that I wanted to say was I didn't pay $50 to get in there because when you buy the passes for Disney World, there's an upgrade that you can put on that adds the water parks, and the water parks also include Disney, so you get Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon, and DisneyQuest. And I didn't end up not going to the water park since I didn't think it was going to be that humid, but I should have went to one of the water parks. But I would not recommend going there because, I mean, for $50, I would like to see everything work. I know it would be impossible for, you know, them to get enough text in there to fix up every little thing that I've complained about, because, you know, it just goes down to the other things. And some of the other stuff was they've cut corners. When you used to get into to DisneyQuest, you have to take an elevator, and it'll take you up to the 3rd floor. But what happens is, it's kind of like a mini ride. When you get in, there's a video wall, with the genie from Aladdin, and it's voiced by Dan Castellaneta, and he pretty much says, you know, welcome to DisneyQuest, and we're going to take you up to level 3, to Discovery Cove, where you can go Pirates of the Caribbean, you can do the Aladdin ride, and they completely cut that out. And I went up to there's one girl that says, hi everybody, welcome to DisneyQuest, and if there's anything I can help you with, just let me know. And I went up to the girl and I said, hey, what happened to the movie that used to play before you came in here? And she goes, the what? And I said, the movie with the genie. Oh, the genie's on vacation. Like, I'm fucking 5, lady. Come on. And it was just like, they took that out. They took out, but the one thing that I wanted to touch on was the virtual reality games that they had. They have, there's 2 that I will always do when I go there, and after I did the first one, I didn't do it anymore, was the Aladdin one, where they did it in the, I think it was like in the mid-90s. They were trying to test out virtual reality because, remember, that was the big thing. Virtual reality was going to take over the homes, and we're going to have Virtual Boy, and we're going to have everything. And they have this thing that you put on your head that's kind of like a plastic visor that you click down, and so basically, so your head does not make contact with the virtual reality visor. If you guys have ever had the privilege to play virtual reality, but the problem, I played this the unit that I had, the nose rest. Someone must have been sweating their balls off because it reeked like BO, and inside the visor was dirty. There was friggin' dust and stuff in it. And when I went upstairs to see the Ride the Comics ride, because they used to have it on 2 floors because it was a really popular ride, the one on the middle floor is completely gone. It just tells you to go upstairs. And when I went upstairs, they have, it was be like 4 little kind of pods that were be ships, and you play it on it as a team. You use like a lightsaber, and you smack the enemies and stuff like that, and depending on how you do, you'll face a different boss. So if you end up doing the best, you fight the major boss of the game. Everybody else has to fight one of the other villains. And it was a really, really cool game when it came out, and I wish I could get a video of that, but being a VR game, it's impossible. But after seeing how the Aladdin one was, I did not want to play Ride the Comics, and I didn't do the Pirates of the Caribbean, and the other one was Cyberspace Mountain, which is a really cool idea because it starts out with Bill Nye the Science Guy, and you pretty much design your own roller coaster. And it used to go from, I think, a level of 1 to 10, and if you hit 10, you were told to tone down the ride, because you actually get to control, like if you wanted to start off with the tunnel in the beginning, you can do that. You can do loop-de-loos and stuff like that, and I've heard they limit it down to 7, so I don't think the simulators can take it anymore. You know, it's sad, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people care about it. I just wish they'd kind of put more into it, but, you know, it would be impossible. So, that's my honest opinions of DisneyQuest. Would I recommend going? I don't know, because maybe if you've got to see everything in Magic Kingdom, if you went to Epcot and Animal Kingdom and MGM or Hollywood Studios, maybe it's worth checking out. They do have a lot of cool classic games, but, you know, for the price of admission that they want, I wouldn't really recommend it. And, you know, that's just my honest opinions, and hopefully I explained them all. So, that's my, almost 13-minute review of DisneyQuest. That's just what I think. I wish you guys, would help it out just a little more, but, you know, it's pretty sad because there were a lot of rumors about it shutting down or having them combine with the ESPN Zone moniker, and that never happened. So I don't know what's going to happen or how long we're going to have that there. So it's there. If it's worth checking out, you know, it depends. Do you get everything done, or, you know, if it's really crappy weather, then maybe. But that's just what I think. So I'm Nick from Arcade Hunters, and that was my little DisneyQuest rant, and stay tuned for more videos from my trip, also stuff from Papa, and a whole lot more from us at Arcade Hunters. So, I'm Nick, thank you for watching.